What's going on YouTube? Ferocity here. I hope you guys are doing well. We have some amazing news when it comes to Modern Warfare 3's quality of life. Now, there was one change that I asked for Modern Warfare 2 to make from as early as the beta. Yes, I asked for red dots on the minimap. Yes, I asked for the perk system to be overhauled. Dead silence to become a perk. You guys have heard me talk about this before. But there was one other feature that I've touched on many times that for whatever reason was never adjusted into MW3, and that is the diamond above enemies' heads. I talked about it in my beta review video that I made a couple days ago. Why was this change not made? Why is it that we just decided to discard the red names, the nameplates above enemies' heads? It was a quality of life change that never made any sense for Infinity Ward to make. And during the entire life cycle of Infinity Ward and Modern Warfare 2, the community was asking where this feature was. Why was it that the traditional nameplates weren't in the game? There wasn't even an option to toggle them to turn them on. You just had to deal with this diamond above your enemies' heads. And at times it caused some real large amounts of confusion, and it didn't enhance the gameplay. It didn't make the game feel more quote-unquote realistic or quote-unquote tactical. It just became a nuisance and annoyance. Well, here in Modern Warfare 3, during the first weekend of the beta, we were welcomed with the same problem. Diamonds above people's heads, no nameplates, and it got me asking the question, why isn't that these changes aren't being made? I talked about it in my video. I was like, why are we doing this? Well, Sledgehammer Games, unlike Infinity Ward, decided to listen to the community, listen to the feedback, and say, hey, this is a good suggestion. I think this will resonate with the community. And guess what? It does resonate with the community, and it does enhance your game, and yes, it does improve the quality of life of your game. So why is it that it took Sledgehammer Games 4 days to make a change, when it took Infinity Ward, heck, even Infinity Ward hasn't made this change yet in Modern Warfare 2, over a year to even pretend that it exists? This is the problem that I have with Call of Duty, was they were set so far back because Vanguard was just garbage. And then Modern Warfare 2 came in, and it was like Infinity Ward was going to go through with their vision no matter what it was about. They didn't care what you had to say. They didn't care what Activision had to say. It was all about the Infinity Ward vision and ensuring that what they had in their vision board, in their office, was what was meant to come true. They refused to listen to the community. Whereas with it, Sledgehammer Games, it's almost as if they're trying to work one-on-one with the community to enhance their game. It's a weird concept, but it just might work. Great example, making Dead Silence a perk. Another great example, bring red dots back on the minimap. Oh, another example, the nameplates above players' heads. What a great quality of life change. And this is what I'm talking about. When you want to earn trust within this community, you have to make these small incremental changes. We're not asking for massive changes over, a short span. It's not like I could expect them to completely overhaul the UI from beta weekend 1 to beta weekend 2. No, that's asking for far too much. But when it's something like this, something small, something teeny tiny, something that honestly should have been done a year ago, and it gets done, it's like, wow, point to Sledgehammer Games. And this is what I'm so confident about, is if Sledgehammer Games continues to make little tweaks, little adjustments over the entirety of the life cycle of MW3, Call of Duty will be in a much better spot than it is right now. Because MW2 never decided to try to make those small little quality of life changes. They never wanted to make those tweaks. Like I said, they had their vision, and they were going to stick to that vision regardless of what anybody said. And this is where Sledgehammer Games can come in and they can say, okay, well, we'll make this nameplate change. Then we'll make this change. Then we'll make this change and that change. And over time, what you'll see is an entirely new game. We don't want to see an entire overhaul 6 months into the game. No. Think of it like losing weight. Do you think it's easier to lose 25 pounds over 6 months if you do little adjustments, little changes within your day over a 6-month period? Or do you think it's easier to just try to lose 25 pounds in 1 month, right? Think about it that way. If you're trying to make big changes within a game, it's easier to make little incremental changes over a 6-month period than to make one big massive overhaul change over the course of like a week. So this is where I think Sledgehammer Games can capitalize on this small little win. And this is a small little win. This isn't like they've gone out and earned all my trust. I'm going to go buy the game and I'm going to be a shill for them. That's not the case. This is one small step forward, past that starting point, that makes me believe that maybe the finishing line for Modern Warfare 3 will lead into a great year for Black Ops 5. But this is one small step, and it's going to take consistent small steps, consistent growth, consistent feedback, consistent growth, consistent feedback to actually evolve and innovate this game into a much greater space than what we've ever seen for this era of Call of Duty. Because this era of Call of Duty has had a shadow over top of it for far too long because of the vision that Activision and its developers want to have. Instead, what they need to do is work hand in hand with their community and come up with changes that make the game better. That's all we're asking for. I don't think it's too much to ask for. I don't think it's that big of a deal to just say, hey, can you help us make the game better? That's what we want to do, is we want to help Infinity Ward make the game better. And they refused. At least Sledgehammer Games seems to have an ear to the community, and they're listening, and they want that feedback. Because they made a change during beta. They didn't have to. They could have just released it as is to PC and say, hey guys, we'll get to it when the full game launches. But no, they made the change. And I'm not going to overshadow that. I'm not going to pretend it didn't happen just because I have some blind hate for Call of Duty. Now, does that mean that, again, I'm going to shill for them? No. Does that mean that they've gained my full trust? No. But it means that it's one step closer to them being able to work with the community again. It's one step closer into me believing that they have the community's best interests at heart. And that's the most important thing here as we move forward into the entirety of the Modern Warfare 3 lifecycle, is they need to have that trust between the community and developer built. And until it's there, we're not going to be successful. Until we actually have a point in time where it feels as if the community is being fully heard and understood by the developer, there's not going to be this full belief and full trust within the developer to make the best game. But to reiterate and to summarize this entire video, I think that this small change, again, it's a small teeny tiny change, is the first step into rebuilding this relationship that has gone sour between developer and community. And I think if we continue to work with them, and again, this does not mean go out and harass the developers. That's not what I want. I mean building constructive criticism, constructive ideas on how to fix problems, on how to enhance the game. If we do that, then I believe that, hey, Sledgehammer Games might take some of that feedback and apply it to the game to make it better. They're willing to listen. I think they're more willing than we've ever seen a Call of Duty developer outside of that first year Treyarch made Black Ops. Like, I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was part of the reason why Black Ops 1 was as strong as it was, because I think there were a lot of fundamental issues with Black Ops 1, but what made it so strong was the fact that David Von and the entire Treyarch team was willing to work with the community every step of the way. We saw more patches, more changes throughout the entirety of that game's lifecycle than I think we'd seen in any Call of Duty game prior to it. And obviously that's because of, well, the craziness that happened during the Modern Warfare 2 lifecycle in 2009, but that's neither here nor there. The point of this video is to say, this is one small step forward for Sledgehammer, and I believe that they're going to consistently inch over that line, continuously work with the community to make a better product. And that's all we're here for. Because if Call of Duty is in a good spot, then hey, the developers are happy and the community's happy. So Sledgehammer, this is me reaching out my arms to you and saying, please work with this community. There are some tremendous people here that want to see Call of Duty succeed. We just need that open door policy. We need to be able to work hand in hand with you. We will give you constructive feedback, and hey, you can give us constructive feedback and say that's just not possible. We can't do that, or we're working on this. But communication is key. Making small changes like this is important. So keep doing that work. Keep working at making this game the best it can be, and we'll continue to play it and give you the tools to make the best game that you can possibly make. So this is it for the video today. I know it's a little bit long-winded. I know it's a lot to talk about one small little change, but I think it was important for us to highlight and focus on the fact that Call of Duty might be getting steered into a different direction right now, and that direction might be positive. It might not be the perfect year for Call of Duty, but it's going to be a heck of a good year if this is the first small step that we take. So, I want to hear from you guys on the quality of life changes that need to be made in Modern Warfare 3, but also what you think about this small quality of life change. But I'm tired of talking. I'm sure you're tired of hearing from me. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.